Good evening there, everybody. What is happening? Hopefully, y'all are having a wonderful day today. So, I thought that I would do a little video on this. I wanted to bring up two separate videos because I wanted to debunk a certain amount of these, allegations on Tyson Fury. A certain amount of people have alleged, of course, that I'm a fanboy, which I'm not surprised. The Deontay Wilder fan base, once again, is very pro-racial. They're very overly infatuated with Deontay Wilder. So it is what it is. So you're going to get that. A lot of people overall, when you don't agree with their opinions, you're a fanboy, you're a hater, you're all these things. But it is what it is. Anyway, I'm just a person that just believes that Tyson Fury did not cheat. So it is what it is. But when it comes down to the overall bottom line is this. So the reason why I wanted to do this video is because not only have I been looking to do this video for a little while now, and I only just decided to do it now, but there's this one dude on my channel, so I said, why not, do it now? Because I could explain a certain amount of things in this video more in depth when it comes down to it. So I had two people on my channel, actually. One, I believe, subscribed to my channel, and the other one, didn't, because they were, separate viewpoints, even though they were sort of bringing up the same thing. And the first dude said overall that I worked for the police force, and overall that, I've, even said that the police force can be somewhat racist because certain convicts, ex-convicts, would get arrested just because, even if they weren't doing crimes, because overall of past crimes that they did, because, oh, they must be doing something again. And overall, they just get arrested again because of their prior record. So that was his point. And then I asked him the question. I said, well, is your point that Tyson Fury has cheated a certain amount of times, and then, he shouldn't be blamed now? Because of his prior, things? Or I was like, is that what you're saying? And he was just saying, oh, well, I'm just using the Deontay Wilder fan logic. So basically his point was that you can be judged currently on your prior record. And I don't agree with that, actually. I do believe that a person overall can be judged on their prior record. Now, I understand what he was saying. And this other dude who commented on the most recent video that I had, seemed like a Deontay Wilder fanboy to me, but what do I know? So when it comes down to it, this dude was alleging overall that, these Wilder fans are actually not delusional. They just bring up good points, and you're not bringing any facts to the table when it comes down to it. And this guy, apparently, he's like, yeah, I've done my research. I can offer you all the links, to all this. And listen, man, I've seen all the videos to overall the allegations of Tyson Fury's cheating. I've seen the Nicholas Asbury videos. I've seen I'm trying to think, what else have I seen? I've seen this, which we're gonna take a look at now. I've seen a certain amount of the other ones. I am not convinced, and I never have been convinced, that Tyson Fury ever cheated in a professional bout with his gloves. I just haven't been. Now, the PED substance, that could be something, worth of substance. That could be something that is very substantial, possibly. All right, that's something that could have happened. But this Glovegate bullshit, it just makes no sense. But one of the shreds of evidence, and I put that in quotations, that they've apparently had, was that in this fight against Christian Hammer, Tyson Fury apparently didn't have his thumb inside the thumb part of the glove. That was never the problem with the glove. So certain people, they do their quote unquote research, but they really don't know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to boxing. All right? Because if you spar sometimes, or if you've got certain boxing equipment, you know that sometimes there is a strap that connects the thumb to the rest of the boxing hand. And that was the problem with Tyson Fury's glove. Not that his thumb was not in the right area, but it is what it is. But of course, they're going to try and twist the truth. So this research overall that they claim to do, what they mean by that is that they've watched, a few videos on these LDBC and new media channels, and they were convinced, most likely because they want to believe that Deontay Wilder was cheated. Because this dude's point overall was that, well, if you're caught, stealing from me 4 out of 5 times, you can't blame me for thinking that you might have stolen from me, the fifth time, even though maybe you didn't. And I agree with that. Here's the problem. Tyson Fury was never alleged to be a cheater until Deontay Wilder got his ass whooped. And I've been watching Tyson Fury ever since he went big against Vladimir Klitschko. All right. I know who was called a cheater and who wasn't. Tyson Fury was never called a cheater until Deontay Wilder got his ass whooped. It is what it is. All of a sudden, these new allegations, alleged mountains of evidence came out of nowhere. All right? So I don't care what anybody tells me. I know my boxing. And I've read a lot on the boxing news. Never once did I ever hear anyone say, besides maybe Steve Cunningham, that Tyson Fury was a cheater. And if a certain amount of people overall are alleging that Tyson Fury was a cheater, that's so interesting. So what you're telling me is that as a Deontay Wilder fan, you wanted Deontay Wilder to face a cheater? You wanted Deontay Wilder to face a cheater against Tyson Fury? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me right now? That you were okay with Deontay Wilder? Because obviously this dude has been doing this for years. He's been getting away with it. Many referees, even the referee who allegedly caught him in this fight, cheating, of course. But when it comes down to the overall, apparently every referee's been paid off. When it comes down to the overall, Jack Reese was paid off. Kenny Bayless was paid off. Every trainer overall that he's been with, has found a new cheating tactic for him when it comes down to the overall. But you want Deontay Wilder to fight a fighter like that? So Tyson Fury has been alleged to be a cheater for all these years. But yet the Deontay Wilder fan base is okay with a second match happening. How does that work? That's really the question overall that I have. This is why I say this dude that alleged that Tyson Fury, he was a known cheater way before this. This dude has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. This dude watched a couple of LDBC and new media videos and he acted like I didn't do my research. Well, I'm going to go into it a little bit more in depth here, and we're going to watch this video. And you're going to see what was wrong with Tyson Fury's glove, but it's not what the LDBC and new media were alleging. And then we're going to take a look at something else. We're going to take a look at those videos by Phoenix compilations that I keep bringing up, and it's going to show Tyson Fury's fingers and thumb clinching inside the glove in the first fight, with the alleged overall hand being lower into the glove. But let's take a look at this first.
Fury against Christian Hammer. Here now is Jimmy Lennon Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the O2 Arena in London as Frank Warren presents the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Queensberry Promotions in association with Fury Promotions and Hennessy Sports. Sponsored by Raynham Steel, Didier Patisserie, from Sweden, Michael Hook, from Germany, Frank Michael Maas, and from Birmingham, England, Terry O'Connor. Our referee in charge, he'll be giving instructions after the introductions from Twickenham.
Now, what does that hand signal look like? Does that hand signal overall look like he's separating the thumb from the fingers and signaling overall that his thumb is not in there? Or does that mean overall that his thumb is separated from the rest of the hand? Let's just use common sense here. What do you think that means? Anyways, man.
In England, Marcus McDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, just been informed by the referee we have an equipment delay, a split glove. We have a short delay before the start of...
A split glove. A split glove. Interesting. But I thought it was because his hand was lower into the glove, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that's what was wrong with the glove. Once again, man, these guys really do not even believe what the hell they're talking about half the time, man. And this research that a lot of these guys are going on, man, all they're doing is checking out these LDBC and new media videos who really don't have any idea what the fuck they're talking about themselves. It is what it is. Anyways.
The instructions and the beginning of this bout. Well, I've not seen this before. Before the fights even started, they found a problem with the glove, presumably sustained while working on the pads before coming out into the ring, and they're having to change it.
It's just that cord, you know, when it attaches the thumb to the glove. Otherwise, you could be thumbing people. You know, back in the day, remember, people used to get thumbed in the eye quite often, and that prevents that. So.
Now, did you hear what the man just said? The reason why overall they don't do that, or the reason why they have the thumb attached to the rest of the hand, is so someone does not thumb someone in the eye. So the glove was replaced. But it is what it is. Anyways, man. Once again, it's just so interesting how moronic some of these people are, man. It's just shocking to me. You know, this dude literally tried to come at me and act like I haven't done my research on this topic. Let me tell you guys something here. For people alleging overall this was evidence of this, because this is what this guy tried to allege. If you thought that this was evidence, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, man. You have no idea what the hell you're talking about whatsoever. And that's just the bottom line. Now we're going to take a look at the other video that I finally want to get into. The videos that I have recommended a certain amount of people. And let's get into them. So this is going to be the second part of this video. And we're now going to see the channel Phoenix Compilations. And he is going to show Tyson Fury's fingers and his thumb multiple times throughout the fight clinch in his glove. So let's see overall what happens. And many people overall try to allege, because you can see more wraps on the left side of Tyson Fury's glove, or on the left hand, that obviously he had the left hand lower into the glove. But you can very clearly see that his hand was squishing inside, or it was clinching inside. Anyway. Now, guys, that's so interesting. I thought Tyson Fury had his hand lower into the glove. Now, are his fingers several inches long when it comes down to the overall, so he can reach at the top of that glove when it comes down to the overall? Is that what's going on here? You know, are they 7 extra inches long? Are they stilt fingers so they can reach at the top of that glove? You know? Anyway. You know, that's crazy. It's almost like his hand is in there. Anyway. And you literally see his fist close at that moment. You literally see his fist close at the end of that left. Let's rewind that. Now, does that look like an open palm? Because I had these morons trying to allege that this was an open palm. You know. Anyway. Now, let's rewind that. Does that look like an open palm? Let's rewind this. Hold on. Let's look at this in slow motion. Let's see here. 0.25. Now, did that look like an open palm? Or did we see a very good green part hit Deontay Wilder's face? Once again, man, these guys that allege all this shit have no idea what the hell they're talking about, man. Anyway. And it says that Fury's glove could be slightly loose, and I agree, it was loose. But his hand was not lower into the glove, man. And this is pretty much 100% evidence right here. Like, this is actual proof. Because this is video footage, of the fight. But anyway. Something that the Deontay Wilder fanboys do not have. That's crazy. Here Fury purposely pushes his glove, and that's interesting. I thought they were trying to push it out. And isn't that interesting? Apparently his hand is supposed to be near the bottom part of that glove, but that glove is nowhere near falling off this whole entire time, even with it being a little bit loose. Isn't that interesting? Anyway. I believe so as well. That's really about it for this video, man. I just wanted to put that out there. Because these 2 points right here were very easy to debunk. So it is what it is. So a certain amount of these people that allege that, oh, you can see Tyson Fury's hand was now lower into the, that it was lower into the glove. You can clearly see that he cheated in the Christian Hammer fight. These people have no idea what the hell they're talking about, man. Either that or they're putting out certain information to make it look like, Tyson Fury is guilty. These things are very easily explainable, but it is what it is. Anyways, unfortunately, most people just don't know anything about boxing, but it's whatever. So I just thought that I would do a video on that. That's pretty much about it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see what else comes up about this. I'll talk to you all later.